Hi everyone. I just want to do a quick sound check just to make sure I'm officially live here and that you can see me. It'd be the next thing because I don't think you're seeing me yet. So let me just double check here. Okay, we've got sound, but I'm just checking for the actual image. Okay, there I am. All right, perfect. It takes just a minute just for everything to kick in. So, welcome. I just looking to see. Okay. Hey, Michelle. Hi, David. Thank you guys so much. I know that I'm just kind of getting started here, and you see me and hear me. Awesome, 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 awesome. Hi, Marianne. Made it. Awesome. Jennifer. Hey, Jen. Hey, Paula. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. Hi. I'm going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot to cover. And I just take from California. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much for holding space. All right, so we got the sound check done. You cannot do, hi Jim from Belgium. Oh my gosh, I just saw your email. I just have, Melissa, hello. I mean, this feels like a family reunion right now. Scott, oh my gosh, hello. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll come back to some comments at some point, but we have a lot to cover. We have a big duty here. As the warriors of light that we came here to be, I gotta tell you, I have just been going through this process of recapping my entire life for this, basically, even just today. And I've been in tears multiple times this morning. I want to start by just sharing with you just a brief little story before we get going, and then I want to do a little bit of a housekeeping and let you know what you might expect or not expect, and then we're going to get going. So I imagine people are going to be filtering in and out and through here multiple times. I will tell you up front, I'm not exactly sure how long this will take because you cannot rush something like this, and the preparation that I have been in for this, as I said, feels like my entire life. And I want to start with the journey as 4 years ago. I was on Haleakala Summit in Hawaii, and I had just been to the Writing from Your Soul workshop with Wayne Dyer and had done a lot of one-on-one stuff with him and writing with him. And actually, Paula, you were there. It's so funny. Paula and I were at the same place. So anyway, we went and did this view of the summit really early in the morning and watched the sun come up. And I had been channeling in guides and angels at that time. And we did this anointing. And it was the first time that I saw angels in full color. And out of the center of them came Jesus. And he came to me. And he came to me with, there's another story behind this, but he came to me with the Sacred Heart. And he asked me to put my hands out for him to then place the Sacred Heart in my hands. And he took his hands and he put his hands to my hands and put my hands to the heart with the Sacred Heart. And he then told me to go share that with the world. And I know some of you as clients has been on here. We've went through the seeds of radiance, and the Sacred Heart radiance have been sowing these seeds that I was given at that time to share. That's a piece of what we're planning to do today, not just for our individual selves, but the journey with our beloveds and all of our ascension teachers, and connecting in such a way that we create this liquid love that we then share with the world right now. And we're going to be taking a journey. So I would tell you, one is to get as comfortable as you can. if you can even get at any place or point with your feet kind of down to the earth as we go through some of the activations we're going to be doing. I'll be channeling in guides and angels and pulling in that wisdom, that knowledge, and from the highest divine counsel. And in this journey, it's going to be a combination of, like I said, a personal journey for you to go through a clearing and an activation and a transmission. But in addition to that, to activate your light body in such a way that we connect to the heart and we create one heart together as this group, then within our own life, our beloveds, and into the world. We're going to just filter that out as we take a journey. And in that journey, we will be doing, as I talked about, the 5 C's with the clearing, the correcting, the collecting energy. We will then be connecting to these spaces, creating a universal star around the globe. And then we will be anchoring light into these places. In that housekeeping, I have just a couple quick notes that I need to share with you. I actually made sure to put them on a paper because I wanted to keep my mind clear for like the energy that's been coming in. So make sure, if you will, put your location in the comment if you haven't already done so, because we're going to be linking all of us together and pulling all of that in. Oh my gosh, we have Egypt here too. Oh my gosh, yes. And we're going to be doing a lot of work in Egypt too. So thank you so much, GK, for showing up. In addition to that, leave your experience along the way, because I'm going to tell you, like, expect something for yourself out of this. And again, I can't gauge for you the length. I'm going to make this as efficient as I can. However, I cannot rush this because it's going to be something that I'll be bringing in and channeling in. So share your experience would be great. If you could also maybe share afterwards to be able to get this information out, it's going to help others, and we can then get this activation and these seeds of light spread, around the globe. And it's going to be, but like even to the bigger magnitude. I would recommend you do a saltwater bath afterwards, and maybe sage smudge or during. I have some sprays I'm going to be using for different things here. I want to give some credits here to a few just people. I want to give credit to Tatiana Hassan for the diamond light codes she brought into physical form for me to share. There's going to be, at some point, I'm going to have a slideshow of those codes on the screen that's going to be coded to send those signals out to you guys, activate you guys, and then we're going to take that out into the world as we go through the process. So I want to thank her for having brought that into my life. And there's going to be a link to a video her and I did just recently about how those diamond light codes came into play. And there's also a link to where you can, I have them in the Seeds of Radiance, Seeds of Diamond Light course online. There's a link that you can get access to those. And that'll all be below for you. I also want you to know that I had put together the free ebook that I talked about in the grid work, the video that I did recently. So if you didn't watch that video, there's a link here too. And even if you did, make sure that you get this ebook, because it's going to help you understand more about what we're doing today, and a sense of how you and your twin flame is in the science behind twin flame telepathy, our connection together, and our connection with the world. And so I also want to give credit to a friend of mine, local friend. Her name is Bridget Kostner, and she has an album of I Am Enough, and we're going to play a couple, 2 or 3 songs. And some of you that are here that came to the Awaken Your Soul Blueprint, they got to meet her. She would be here, but she's doing a live class for herself today. And so anyway, and then I also want to give thanks to a local divine masculine that's holding space for me, anchoring light in the area, and also has done some prep work for me for geographical locations that we're going to be visiting today for the highest rates of the coronavirus and different things like that. And I also want to thank him for doing that. And he's been doing sound check and stuff for me. And he's also going to kind of keep track and hold space for all of you that are putting your different location here. He's going to be like, I won't be able to see all of them. He's going to be kind of pulling in you guys' energy and light and anchoring. And we're going to be doing like a loop here between him and I. of keeping that energy going between him and I for all of these locations that you guys are putting here, as well as some that I'm going to be reading off that was sent to me. So anyway, all right, that's the housekeeping. I want to get a drink of water. We're going to get started, okay? Hi, Ken. Hi. You will see a few different slides that will kind of take over for, they're going to be codes, and they're going to have a reason to them in order to be coded with an energy code that's going to be sent out to you in order to activate this, to amplify this, okay? And as you can hear, Champ, he's kind of coughing over here a little bit, but he's in here anchoring light with me as well. We're going to start with the peace prayer. So if everybody could just take a deep breath in for me. So the prayer of the peace prayer of Assisi by Saint Francis is, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled, but as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in the giving that we receive, it is in the pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. I also want to tell you that I have live people anchoring light in the 12 universal grids that we're going to be visiting today, as well as some friends in some of the locations of these areas that are targeted, and clients as well. So I also want to thank all of them and all of you for holding that space for this activation as well. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with an opening song. And in that opening song, I want you just to imagine yourself connecting to your higher self, your higher soul, your heart, and calling in any and one that you need to bring into this with you. A lot of people have been messaging me about their twin flames recently, about the protection. So we're going to include the twin flames in the protection for this activation that we're doing, for them to also receive that protection and clearing and healing. And so we're just going to get started. And I don't know where it's going to go, but I will tell you from this point forward, it's not going to be me speaking. It's going to be more of I'm going to be getting prepared to tune in and channel. Okay? I'm going to have you guys go ahead and take a deep breath in. And go ahead and tune into your heart space. We're going to start by activating your crystalline star light body. We're going to ask your higher self, your higher soul, the highest divine truth of your divinity, the golden thread that connects through and to the divine will, the divine love of the universe and of the heavens, as we anchor that heavenly divine light, the golden light of the liquid love, connecting to the source energy, allowing that source energy just to come in and flow in, through, and around you, filling up your heart, your body, transmuting any lower vibrational energies. As you will, just breathe in that light and allow that light to just connect with it as I call in the highest counsel to allow ourselves to activate that starlight body of your being. We're going to be integrating within not just the physical body, but also the etheric body and our astral body, as we call in the heavens, call in our truth, connecting to the golden memories of our golden truth, our divinity that we signed up here as light workers to do. That this light will embody and activate us in such a way that we can be the way showers, and that we can be the light in this darkness, in this darkest hour. Allowing that light just to infuse your spiritual being, your emotional body, as it cleanses, purifies, clears, and corrects any lower vibrational emotions within you. Remembering that as you begin to connect and align with your heart, love will supersede fear always, creating heart harmony as we bring and elevate the love vibration of your own heart and connect that to your physical heart. We're going to invite in now a team of light to support this journey that we're about to take. We're going to call in Archangel Uriel in the north, showing the direction and leading the way with clarity. Bringing in Archangel Raphael in the east, that green emerald diamond fire, in order to help cleanse, heal, and purify not only ourselves, but as we take this journey to cleanse, heal, and purify as well these grid points that we're going to be visiting today. Bringing in Archangel Metatron from the heavens to shower us with the golden light to heal, clear, correct, balance, and purify our chakras from the heavens to the earth. Not just our lower 7 chakras, but our higher 5 chakras, creating and clearing and opening and activating that 12 chakra system within our being. Feeling that connection, feeling that warmth of light that liquid love, that golden light just come in and shower you and transmute you and purify you and fill you up with peace and purity. Releasing any toxins, any toxic debris. Imagine yourself inhaling that white diamond fire as you exhale any lower vibrational energies. We're going to bring in Archangel Gabriel as well. And Gabriel's going to help us open our ability to remove blocks within the throat chakra so that we can express ourselves in such a way that we can be these warriors of light in full expression of who we are, of what we came here to do. Bringing that light forward as we bring in Archangel Michael in order to help cut these cords so that we can release the blocks that's been preventing us from aligning with the highest order of our soul's calling. Releasing any karmic debts and vows. Asking the purification to be able to step into a place of the highest order of the highest truth, the golden truth. So each one of us and everyone that we touch going forward, that they can also awaken and align within their own truth, that we become that beacon to show them the golden path through our actions, our thoughts, our feelings. Bringing in now some of the ascended masters of Mother Mary for grace and nurturing of the Divine Mother within to connect with that Divine Mother of the planet Earth. Bringing in Jesus as we go through a process of a cardinal cross today to clear, heal, and cleanse this radiant heart that we came here as light workers to share with others as we sow these seeds of light, of radiance within you and around the world, and spreading that love with everyone, raising the vibration of Mother Earth, transmuting all this lower frequency within the world, because love will heal all. We're going to bring in Saint Germain with the violet flame as we begin to step into that flame as him being the leaders of all twin flames during this age of Aquarius, showing us the way in such a way that we can alchemize this lower frequency, this lower vibration, transmute it through this flame and through the hearts of us being twin flames. We came here to prepare for this. Most of us have been preparing this, and it's time to glow forward now. It's time to share this energy in such a way that you can allow that peace in your own life, to where you no longer have to be connected to those lower frequencies. It's time to lay down that cross and move forward. So we're going to bring in now St. Francis as he connects to and through all of us with the peace prayer that we read, but that peace come within our hearts in this given moment. I'm going to hold space for a moment just for our hearts to fill up with peace. Breathing in that peace as we let go of any lower vibrations. Feeling that warmth, that nurturing. Bringing in Archangel Raziel as well in a full rainbow circle around us today. And that rainbow circle is made up of the 7 color rays And Raziel is the rainbow angel for spiritual wisdom and enlightenment. We're going to ask him to hold a circle of rainbow circle around our heart circle today, so that that rainbow circle can become a higher vibration as it shifts and pulls the frequency of the earth upward. And all of those 7 color rays begin to blend together into oneness, creating the diamond light, the liquid love. That then helps us to tap into and attune with that golden heart within ourselves that's connected through that golden thread to source, the source of divine love, the universal cosmic heart. And we want to ask that this heart today that we connect with within ourselves and through that universal cosmic heart, that taps into the worldwide web of everyone in, through, and around us. As we get ready to take our journey, we're going to first just go through a few affirmations just to shield ourselves in a positive way. So we're going to just anchor down into our root chakra and just feel ourselves being grounded as we are survivors. We are secure where we are in this given moment, no matter what's going on around us, that we can find peace within. We can feel that security. We can feel that abundance. We can feel that natural state of a sense of being strong and yet vulnerable, but coming into this sense of just feeling whole and complete. As we move on up into and strengthen and support our sacral chakra, we want to just claim, I am creative, I am innovative, and that we are balanced not only within, but within our unit here today, so that we can create an automatic gift to give back to the universe what we have gained here as on our own journey. The pain that we have experienced, we want to put that pain into this purpose today and going forward. The universe has instilled each one of us to be prepared to share our creativity. So if you've been on the fence with your purpose and your mission and getting in tune and aligned to what it is you came here to do, it is now. The time is now to get in alignment with your truth and share your gift with the world. And we're going to move on up into the solar plexus chakra and just feeling that inner power as we become energized through this concept of this oneness of us as a unit. And magnifying that and feeling that unit within us growing now. Feeling the power within ourselves. Create the connection of the power of our beloveds as two are greater than one, and connecting into this group as then we connect into our local areas and connecting into the worldwide grid, that we will be covering that grid just shortly, some very specific places, and anchoring this, but we're building ourselves up to take that journey because we're expanding our heart in the process, and not just being able to love someone, but to also be loved, to feel that compassion, to be open to receive in perfect harmony. As we share this love with the world, keep your heart open to receive. Allow the walls to come down that have been blocking you from experiencing the liquid love of God. And just breathing in that diamond liquid love of source love now that's still coming in through, around you, over you, filling your heart space up. As your heart is starting to free itself, opening and expanding, allowing yourself to become free. And you doing that also frees the world and frees everyone around you. We're going to move that love now on up into our throat. So many people have been blocked with the throat. The heart has blocked them from bringing up that energy and expressing all of this that's been built up. This golden truth inside has been built up and blocked from being able to go forward in full expression of who you are with your own voice and your own truth. We're going to ask that those cords of persecution are removed and ties are cut to the bloodlines, the past lineage, the cultural conditions that are blocking us from being able to be who we are and share who we are with others. And then just picture yourself being communicative, being expressive, being able to express who you are in a healthy way, being true to yourself, being true to your heart, being true to your purpose. As we move in now up through the third eye, knowing that not only can you speak your truth now, you can trust yourself to speak your truth with clarity, not just question it. Being open, willing, ready to see your truth. Being willing to face those fears. Being willing to trust your heart. Being willing to let go of the idea that what's past is past. The story is the story. But today, you can make a choice to release that and to see a new slate. To realize that where we're at right now, it's definitely we're somewhere else. So whatever we have and we are experiencing, we can see the gift in it. We can see the love in it. And we can see the love that that's creating in the world. Perception is everything. We're moving on up into the crown chakra now as we connect to that understanding, that wisdom, that light, the higher soul, the higher self, God, the divinity, our truth. Being aware of that, being willing to accept responsibility for what it is you came here to do, and then take action. And your guides right now are coming through, all the guides, asking to commend you for showing up. This is taking responsibility by coming here and collaborating and connecting and creating one heart to create one universal heart. In the process of that, this is taking action just by doing this. So from this day forward, show up looking at things. How may I serve? And how may I just have to know the direction or maybe the details? But as long as I am willing to connect to this divinity, it can come in and through me without the resistance, without blocking it, just allowing it. And I want you now just to go ahead and just visualize that light coming in, through, and around you. And as you do so, we're going to begin to start our journey now that we are boarded within our soul vehicle, our Merkaba, our star light body. We are in that star within our own self, is being activated in all the grid points within you. Every dimension of your being, every plane, every time, every space, every reality. We not only want to clear those things, we want to collect them. And we want to correct our imbalances. And we want to go forward now as a team, as warriors of light, on a mission to share our light with the world in a collective way. And on that journey, we'll be visiting 12 major grid points, as well as some of the areas that are affected, as well as we're going to be anchoring light also not only in those areas, but in all of your areas you are. And we're going to ask that anybody views this later, that their area is getting connected to this World Wide Web. And that going forward out of this, if some of these points that I'm talking about that you have a connection to, I want you to really hone in on it. And if you don't, connect to the closest one to you, and we'll be imagining that you're connecting your light into that light as we open and unlock these grids and raise that vibration of not just the light, but of the love. So I'm going to just have you go ahead and just take another deep breath for me, and I'm going to go ahead and shift to our diamond light codes that we're going to be using. And I'm going to go into silence just for a second. So I invite you to either watch the codes that are coming through the screen, or just watch them for a minute and imagine these codes radiating the energy in, through, and around you as you connect to these codes, allowing that to connect to your body, your star body, your crystalline grid within, your crystalline heart, as they begin to activate your own light. So that today we're going to be working this light and allowing you to connect to the highest version of your own light. As we then come into the unity of this one light, one love, the liquid love of God, creating one purpose as we go forward and share one heart. We're going to then claim this is connected in and through not just ourselves and our beloveds and our friends and our family, but also that it is connected to our cities. We're going to start within our own cities and our states and our districts and our countries that we are each in. I'm going to hold space for a minute as you take these diamond lights connecting to your heart, and then visualizing these energy coming in through you, your space, your city, your state, your country, your district, as it shifts on out into the planet, creating a cosmic grid that connects to the galactic grid that's helping to send these signals out into the universal grid. As we begin our soul retrieval of the clearing, correcting, collecting all of the fragments and anchoring this high light into these spaces. We are going to ask that any of the subconscious programming in us, around around these places, that be lifted and released and let go of. The binding to these fears. This is a collective dark night of the soul. We want to transmute that. We want to release that. We're going to ask that that energy be sent back to the stratosphere for transmutation into love. And as we start this collective universal grid, we're going to be starting with bringing the bridge between Atlantis and Lemuria, the masculine and the feminine energies of the beginning of time, from the crystalline grids within Lemuria and the Atlantean grids. We are going to be merging those, creating the Golden Gate Bridge all the way into Avalon, which is in the areas of the greatest breakthroughs right now as well, breakouts of the coronavirus, into Avalon that exists within Glastonbury and all through England and Europe. Building that Golden Gate Bridge. And we're going to ask that this energy be reset, restored back to pre-fall of Atlantis, back to the flood of Lemuria, and that we can reset and restore all the soul shock since the beginning of time. Not just within ourselves, but throughout this worldwide grid that we're creating in our heart spaces and in our light bodies right now. Clearing all the fragments, correcting the imbalances in the energy, and collecting what needs to be restored so that we can raise that vibration. We're going to take a journey in and through the pyramids now, activating those spaces, activating the Great Pyramid, the pyramidal point, going through that pyramid, bringing this collective energy that we are creating in and through those pyramids, out the top of the Great Pyramid, as it becomes a crystalline diamond light activation within those pyramids. They become the beacon to send this crystalline grids out through and around the world, the third eye chakra of the world. And we are going to ask then that while we're there, we are clearing anything we need to clear from our timeline of there, as well as anyone in, through, and around there. And we are going to correct our imbalances, as well as the imbalances for the universal grids. And then we are going to collect our energy now. And we're just going to hold space there for one moment as we anchor that light there. Take a deep breath as you just imagine that light in, through, and around the Great Pyramids. We're going to shift over to Asia now. We're going to go into the Asian area, and we are from there going to clear, correct, and collect the energies and ask for anybody that has been bound to the foot binding of that culture, that we release that, because that's blocking us from going forward. Letting that go, collecting your fragments, correcting the energy, anchoring that in. We're going to hold space in that grid point in Asia for the foot binding. We're going to be shifting into South America and Colombia now, into the Guatavita, Colombia, the Golden City, the legend of the El Dorado. We're going to anchor that golden light in that navel chakra, holding space, lifting that light and that vibration of that area, clearing, correcting, collecting anything that we've lost along the way, and collectively raising that point of the earth, elevating that vibration, that trust center of the universe. Right now, the whole universe is having trouble trusting. This is our trust center for the universe that we want to be able to anchor some light there for trust. Clearing what is causing the fear within the collective and the universe. Asking for all the guides in the Council of Light to transmute this fear, to release it, to let go of the binds to what is holding that within that chakra of the universe, that we release that out of the Mother Earth, that she can cleanse, clear, and purify this inability to trust. We're going to be shifting now into Australia. We're going to specifically go to the heart chakra of Australia, to Uluru. And within that space of the red rock center of the outback of the heart of the country, and that terracotta earth, we're going to clear and correct and collect our own vibration, our own energy that we've lost. And while we're there, we're going to be anchoring this love into that space, raising and lifting that area of Australia, that major grid point. And I'm going to ask that any of you in that area, around that Australia area, if you can really hone in and send an anchor in your spaces from this Australian place, creating a cardinal cross within that space. We're going to shift into Hawaii now. The rise of the river of love, Lemuria. We're going to specifically go to the Twin Falls and Wailua, Kauai, anchoring and holding space there in that river of love. As we clear, correct, and collect our own fragments, we're going to be the conduits and anchor some light and love into that space as we lift Lemuria up. We will rise again, and we will be stronger for it. It takes courage to face fears. But when we follow our heart, it will always lead us to love. And we're just going to use that river of love to transmute any fear, but to raise that vibration of that love out of that area that I actually did an activation in on 1111 portal a couple years ago in this exact space. So I'm pulling up that energy of a portal that I actually participated in opening. It literally turned the ocean pink in a huge vortex space. So we're just going to move that vortex, lifting that love up, opening that space, allowing that river of love to flow out through this world, through our own hearts, through everyone that is suffering from this pandemic situation, raising that frequency of love into the stratosphere and the worldwide web of everything in between. We're going to head into the Machu Picchu area, and from there we're going to be able to, in that Peru area of the lost city, we are going to ask to clear and correct some of that Incan native culture of division, and to be able to take some of this energy and put into that space to heal and seal that fracture within that space. And I have a person here that's anchored into Peru. So I just want you to hold that space into Peru and just imagine it being filled up with like a teacup that's broken, and it's more valuable when you glue it back together with gold. So we're going to be sealing that land with gold right now, healing that fracture. We're going to be moving into Glastonbury now. And on the way there, just taking a little stop through the Stonehenge. Just bringing some peace from Stonehenge, feeling the vibration of Stonehenge, creating a balance within. And as we go from there right over to Glastonbury, which is the heart of the Isle of Avalon, the restoration of Avalon is what this new earth is all about. We're going to take and make a visit to the Chalice Well. And in the Chalice Well holds the Pisces Vesica of the masculine and feminine balance, of the harmony within, brings the harmony around us, brings the harmony to the world, creating the balance within our mind, our heart, our body, our soul, our brain, our breath. Masculine and feminine energies, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, as we collectively become one. Bringing balance of this energy that's coming from Atlantis and Lemuria, merging it into this Chalice Well, bringing balance into that space. As we create not just the Golden Gate Bridge, but a double arch of a Golden Gate Bridge within that space. Creating a heart shaped at the top of this bridge. And picturing there in Tor, the hill on Tor, the connection of Archangel Michael, cutting cords and clearing any negativity, any fears, and to assist everyone throughout the European countries through this fear right now. Transmute that fear, cut cords and binds to the fear, and to help everyone around the globe and in that space to go within, to cut those cords so that they can release the fear of this energy that's going on in, through, and around that entire space. We're going to ask that that be lifted up and transmuted into the stratosphere. We're going to go ahead and go through Alberta, Canada, and several areas around Canada that are connected to that space. And I have someone here that's connected to those twin falls in Canada. And so we're going to imagine those twin falls of anchoring this light there. We're going to do a clearing, a correcting, a collecting. And then we're going to anchor and connect to that space in such a way that we bring and lift, because that is coming up from a place of more of this crown energy, bringing up and lifting upward an ability to connect to the cardinal cross of the globe. Canada being a piece of that top point of the cardinal cross. Connecting to the divinity, the divine cord of love, the liquid love, bringing in the golden light in, through, and around that Canadian space. We're going to then shift into Mount Shasta in California. California is being hit really hard for the States. So we're going to ask all that Palladian, all that Lemurian energy come in into those vortexes from heaven to earth, anchoring and bringing in that light as we personally go in as warriors of light, clearing, collecting our own energy, raising the vibration of Mount Shasta and in, through, and around everyone in California. We're going to call in all the pine trees, anchoring this energy, connecting to those pine trees so that they can anchor this love vibration into the earth, as they are the antennas to heaven, bringing the purity, the healing, the restoration to Mother Earth. Imagine now just the waters in, through, and around becoming crystal clear, and the clouds over the sky starting to create a vortex of love around all of us, around the whole globe. That rainbow that Raziel created around us is now a rainbow around the world. Just imagine that rainbow around the world. And that rainbow is starting to magnify, amplify, radiate, radioactive, as rainbows are just floating out in multiples, kind of like blowing bubbles. I just see a vision, and the vision is if we were to blow bubbles. Imagine yourself blowing a bubble and that rainbow color in it, and those bubbles just float. These rainbows are floating in circular motions. And I can see now this circle around the globe now is starting to turn into a heart, a rainbow around the earth. A heart rainbow around the earth. Lifting up this vibration, we're going to then pull that energy in and through the Rocky Mountain highs and the foothills in that gold mining area, the higher heart chakra linked between Denver and Chicago areas. If you're in that areas, we're going to be really activating that area, bringing in some of this rainbow light as we start to pull it in here through the heart chakra of the United States here into St. Louis. Healing also the Madrid fault, the division, the fracture, healing and restoring and redefining the new earth heart language as we become the diamond light, as we create the diamond light rainbow arch that is here in St. Louis. Attaching to that arch also becoming the rainbow arch, the diamond rainbow. As we light that energy through the Mississippi River, coming through right there at the arch. The Mississippi River is the only river that somewhere touches every body of water throughout the world. So we're going to imagine that lake coming in through and around this arch here in St. Louis. And in this process, we're clearing, we're correcting, we're collecting, we're connecting to. And we're collaborating and bringing in the anchor of all the love we've created. As we then go forward now, we're going to send that love through the womb of Mary Magdalene into France and create a healing transmission in that space, collecting and clearing anything that has blocked us from experiencing pleasure and peace and divine ecstasy in our life. As we connect to this fiber optic energy, this direct source of peace and purity, creating a harmonic balance of our own heart. I want to just hold space for you to feel that sense of peace, that bliss, that inner empowerment. Connect to this as you begin to collapse your mind and expand your heart. As we collapse time, and we merge the past, the present, into the future, into this now. We bring God into form. We are a piece of that heart. We are a piece of that collective light. And we want to imagine now that all of that light is restored within ourselves, within our beloveds, within us and our beloveds, within our cities, our states, our districts, our countries, our world. Creating the oneness of who we are, activating those portals in, through, and around all of those spaces, creating the connection of this rainbow togetherness. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to play a song. Actually, I'm not going to play the song yet. We're going to anchor in the people that have the highest rates going on right now and plug into some of this love and this light we've created in, through, and around them. So I'm listing this by the severity that I had received, and we are going to, now I want you just to imagine us taking this love, this liquid love, this golden heart, these rainbows. We're going to be sending it now into China, in, through, and around, and anchoring this love into China. We're going to be sending it into Italy, in, through, and around anything, everyone, in, through Italy. In, through, and around anything and everyone from Spain. In, through, and around everyone within the United States. Anchoring. And wherever you guys are, be anchoring this not just to the places I'm calling out, and not just your place, but to these places. Now anchor to where you're even the closest, because your grid is going to be closest to that grid, so that we can amplify, magnify this power that we're creating together. Now we're moving into Germany. And in Germany, we're going to be anchoring and sending this love and this light and this to in, through, and around everyone suffering from this pandemic fear. And we want to also allow this to help heal the doctors and all the medical professionals in, through, and around the world that are putting their own lives at stake here to help those of others. Bringing this in, through, and around Iran, in, through, and around Southern Korea, in, through, and around Switzerland, in, through, and around UK, in, through, and around Netherlands, in, through, and around Australia, in, through, and around Belgium, in, through, and around Norway, in, through, and around Sweden, in, through, and around Portugal, in, through, and around Australia. And we want to now go into a few of these top affected cities that are affected globally. And that would be Wuhan, China, Hong Kong, China, Rome, Italy, the Tehran, Iran, Barcelona, Spain. Adding to the states with that for the California and the New York vicinities. And I'm also going to now share a list of people that gave me their locations. As we go ahead and make sure that we call in our legions of love and light to continue to transmit, purify, and anchor this love and this light. And I'm just looking for my list that I had. So we have Belgium, we have Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I want you to imagine wherever you are, anchoring this light in where you are, and then everyone sending that light there. So we have Kansas City, Missouri, Wales, UK, New Jersey, Ibiza, Spain, Germany, Folkestone, Kent, England. We have other people in England as well. Billings, Montana, Omaha, Nebraska, Kissimmee, Florida, Naija City, Philippines, Louisville, Kentucky, Sydney, Australia, Salina, California, Pine Bush, New York, Drumheller, Alberta, Newport Richey in Florida, Lake Forest in California, and Cincinnati in Ohio. And I also know that there's several more people that has joined that we don't have on this list. So I want to now take a moment to send this light to everyone on that list. And now we're going to play a song before I have us do one more collective. We're going to now create one collective heart. But just before we do, we're going to do another song. Just 1 minute to get this open. Just continue to breathe in and out. Earth and heart are mirrored images of each other.
Breathe in deeply, empty your mind, let all your thoughts go. Can you imagine what you will find when you let yourself flow? So much darkness, so much pain, seems it's all you've ever known. Now you've opened to your heart and let your true light show. Anything is possible with love in your heart. In time you begin to see
Okay, so now we have another kind of closing circle that I want to do as a group universal heart connection. I'm going to get my music ready for it, and I'm going to share with you exactly what we're going to be doing here in 1 second, and I'm going to come bring myself back to show you what we're going to do. Give me just 1 second to get this ready. Okay, let me get myself back for you. Oops, don't want that to go yet. Okay, so we're going to create a universal heart now. And what we're going to do is create one connection of love in, through, and around us. And I'll just share with you as we go, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a description. So we're going to start with our right hand up to receive and our left hand to our heart, so that way we are bringing in that energy in through us. And then when I tell you, we're going to switch the right hand to the heart, and we're going to put the left hand up. And then when I tell you, then we're going to be putting our hands, imagining the rainbow diamond light coming out of your heart into a pull together, creating one heart. And we can put our hands out too, to where we're putting that energy out into one heart. And we're going to be sharing that as a togetherness, raising the vibration of the planet. And this one, I'm going to play the Snatam Kaur song of the universal heart with her. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and you just follow me, and then we'll be closing out with this song at the end. One thing I do want to say before I start this, if anybody has came, there's a couple things of bookkeeping. You probably came in the center. I want to remind you that credits for the songs and the diamond light codes that are in the link below that I mentioned earlier. So you can, if you're interested in that music, she has a link below. The diamond light codes, who brought them in, and Tatiana Hassan, and how our connection is a video, as well as access to those, and then more information on another diamond light ceremony I did back on August 8th of a Lionsgate a while back. Okay, so that's down there. Other resources of how you can check out ways to glow forward with me are down there as well. If you've not done so, please comment your location, because we want to make this feed into like this collective pool, and claiming that not just for this being live, but kind of continuing going forward to create a collection. So be sure to also let me know your experience. When we get finished, I will stay on and chat for a minute if anybody wants to. And as well as that, I am planning to do a Facebook Live shortly after this on my Twin Flame Expert page for 5 ways to choose fear over love. You can join me there here shortly if you want to get plugged into that. Okay? Oh, I had it ready and I got to get it ready again. We're almost done, but I appreciate all of you. Thank you all for participating in this. Heart of the universe. It's what we're creating right now. It's liquid love.
There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on
into your heart as we share this love together,
Rays of light,
bringing in that diamond light.
love pours forth. Love pours forth. Love pours forth from the heart of the universe. There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on rays of light.
Just feel that diamond light being the conduit in, through, and around, sending that light into all these grids.
Love pours forth. Love pours forth. Love pours forth from the heart of the universe.
We're going to shift right hand on heart, left hand out. As we continue to share the liquid love, the diamond light, in, through, and around us, anchoring it and sending it into the world and everyone along the World Wide Web in the process.
There is a space that exists with us and around us, where angels sing on rays of light.
Feeling that love and that peace, that bliss.
On rays of
Let's
light,
send that light out to the universe.
and love pours forth.
Imagining your heart, a rainbow coming out of your heart.
Love pours forth from the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe. From the heart of the universe.
Now let's take that love in and bring your left hand in over your right, bringing that love back to you. Breathing in that diamond light, that liquid love, the peace and the purity, the harmony. And not just clearing the fear, but to heal everyone involved here. Love will heal all. Sending love to any and everyone that's being affected right now. In scarcity, food, money, housing. We ask that all of those fears be released and that we are able to find out of this something great and grand. want you to go ahead and just take a deep breath in. We need to take just 1 minute to collect ourselves, to ground ourselves, to embody this bliss, this love, this light, this higher frequency, this collective unity. Giving grace and gratitude for everyone that showed up here, everyone that is to show up in the future, to participate in this going forward, bringing love and light in, through, and around them, in their space, and everything within the world. Imagine that anchoring just coming through you, from your heart space, down into the core Mother Earth, anchoring through your feet, down into the core of the crystalline grid of Mother Earth, raising and healing Mother Earth in the process. And so it is, and so it be. Thank you very much. I would appreciate if you have an experience or anything you want to share, leave a comment. I'll be doing my best to come back and review and touch base, and thank all of you for showing up. We could not have done this, could not have been the same had we not done this collectively, and we all were part of this. Thank you. I'll be around if there's any questions, comments, just for a minute before I head over to Facebook shortly. Again, you can join me there. If there's anything that, you have to say, I just want to say here if there's anything specific. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Susan. Hey, Susan. Oh my God. I'm so glad you came, Susan. Danny, you're welcome. Elaine, I'm so glad you made it. Thank you, Anissa. Thanks, Anissa. So I will be responding to your message shortly. Maria, thank you for coming, dear. You're very welcome, Susie. Everyone stay tuned. I don't feel like this is the end of things I'll be doing, okay? I can feel more coming from this, okay? Again, check out all the resources below for that too. Pervy, awesome. Oh, Pervy, how are you, dear? Melissa, I love you so much. I'm sending you so much love. You're welcome, Carol. You're welcome. Ellen, thank you so much, dear. Much love to you for coming. Catherine, God bless you, dear. David, thanks so much for coming. Am I dreaming when I'm sleep-living? I see visions, you're right, like all the time. Hi, Cindy, thank you. Hey, Scott, thanks so much, Scott, for holding space for us, okay? Thank you. Bonnie, I love you, dear. I love you. Jim, I love you. I love you. Love all of you. Deborah, hello, dear. Oh, Deborah, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Juanita, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Thank you. Chris, bless you. Blessings to you, Chris. Blessings to everyone. Jean, thank you. You're very welcome. Bo, thanks for coming. Hey, Ken, thank you so much. I'm so glad you could make it. Lots of love to you, Ken. Thank you. And Chris, thank you so much, dear. Awesome. Take the peace out there, people. Heidi, dear, I'm so glad you're here and so glad you made it. The name of the singer is Bridget Costner. She's a friend of mine. Her link is below to get the CD. She wrote the music and she sings it. So she has multiple ones, but she has a like a CD below. Yes, we did, Elaine. I'm so glad you're here. And Elaine, I know we have more to do. I'm pretty sure you're the Elaine I'm thinking of. Doris, I am so glad you made it, dear. Thank you. And Yashva's wife, namaste, dear. Melanie. Oh, Melanie, thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Much love, Melissa. Marlou, thank you for coming, dear. I'm so glad you made it. And Marlou, you have been on my mind. So I've been meaning to message you. In fact, I almost did, and I'm glad you ended up coming here. Hi, Super Scotty. Lander, Nikki. That's okay. Better late than never. Go back and watch what you didn't get. Philippines. Okay. Thank you, Lander. All right. All right. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and close out for now. Brandy, thank you so much, Brandy. I am so glad that you made it here, dear, and definitely be anchoring this light in this St. Louis city with me, dear. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Okay, everyone, stay tuned. I'll be back with more stuff coming soon, okay? Loads of love, everyone. Tracy, bless you, dear. Bless you. All right. Mwah. Much love. I love all of you. Namaste.